up, Diego?
What's up?
Man, I feel like it's been a hot minute since we recorded, but it's only been like a week, right? Like,
2023.
It's our
Did we record after Christmas?
I don't remember.
I thought it was like New Year's Eve.
Listen, this is our first show of 2023.
Should we make it like season 2?
Season 2.
Season two,
Episode 1.
Yeah, buddy.
R.I.P. to Wayne. Oh, and Wayne's just not here.
Yeah, we didn't bury him.
No, I
Come
just
on, man. Come on.
Nah, shout out to the Voice of Fury. Wayne wasn't able to make this one. Man, it's hard to get 4 guys together with like our schedules and things that we do.
Sure is.
It's and then the studio only being like 2 hours away from us.
This studio.
Yeah, DNA Studio. Shout out to the amazing team out there who helped us get everything done out here. But man, it's 2023. Big fights coming up. Big names dropping. Did you see all the articles being dropped about us lately? UFC.com dropped some articles about top prospects to look for.
They've only done the first 2 lists, and we had guys on both.
We had guys on both. I think we ended up with 5 guys on that list. The MMA Junkie article that came out as well. I want to say we had 3 on that one. It's going to be a big year for Fury, man, and I am pumped. Eric, we were talking the other day about Contender Series.
Yep.
And how many guys we think. It's such a weird thing to say. Like, I think this guy is going to go to Contender Series. Like, you look at a guy, Nick Aguirre, is a guy that Aguirre. I've been trying to sign for a while.
Yep.
And actually, we were really, really close to making a
short call. Right?
Yeah, we were really close to making a fight happen with him.
Versus
Cam Smotherman.
Yes, and Smotherman agreed.
Aguirre was good. He said, "Let me give me
Aguirre,
give me a little bit to get with my manager."
Aguirre, maybe?
And
next thing you know,
yeah, the next day he turns up. He's got a short call notice to go to the UFC at 7-0. This is one of the reasons, man. You constantly hear stay within striking distance of your fighting weight, so that if you are a pro with a good record, like the opportunities are there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna pop up and happen. So we were talking the other day, and I think we came up with at least 10 names who would almost be shoe-ins if we were the producers of Contender Series.
Yeah, like I was just popping them off the top of my head, and I'm sure I missed a lot. But like we have Cody Steele, Isaac Moreno, Hector Sainz, Michael Aswell, Justice Torres, Joshua Van.
Dude, just going through
Eddie
the 45
Freire.
division, Jesse Butler,
Diego Lopez, yeah.
Honestly, Andres Quintana, Nick Richardson, these are all guys who could go a little harder for them since they're bigger records.
Right.
But then you look at a guy, I mean, our champ, Hussein.
Yes.
Hussein could always go in the 55 division. You've got, I mean, Nico Echeverry, somebody who could go, Cody Steele, Sam Kilmer, Isaac Moreno. The list really does go on and on. Man, dude, Zachary, that dude is a monster.
Yeah. Even Josh Walker's got a really good record. We haven't seen much out of him lately with us.
Right.
He is coming back on the 29th.
Yeah, it comes back on the 29th, taking on Eddie Freire. Am I saying that? Is it Freire or Freire?
I thought it was Fryer.
I don't know. Everybody's got a different name. Wayne says with an accent, even though he's white. I say Frere.
I have no accent when I say
Fryer.
I'm just.
What did you think? Fryer. Fryer.
I thought it was Frere. And
That's what I thought
I
it was
heard
too.
somebody say
Fraire.
And maybe it was Wayne. Maybe it was Wayne spicing it up.
He's like French.
I don't know what Wayne tosses out some names, and I'm like, I don't know how he even managed to say that. Man.
Big fan though.
Yeah.
I like his
Of Wayne? Yeah, he's a good dude. Wait.
Fryer,
right?
Fryer.
Yeah, man. Eddie's on a tear.
Right.
Eddie's been on quite a tear, finishing people. Not a lot of people get out of the first round with him. It's funny how quickly he became a guy people didn't want to fight.
I know.
Yeah, you know, and man, even then we were talking about these prospects' names: Eddie, Josh fighting each other, Piccinini, Jacoby Smith, all the big names that we have now added to this roster. And man, it's dangerous. At 125 pounds, anyone can win any night, and the roster is so deep at 125. When you got a guy like Cleveland McLean who just fought for the title, and his next fight obviously won't be for the title. This is a guy with almost 20 wins.
Yeah.
like that's a dangerous man. Hey, before we get into tomorrow night's card, I want to take a quick run and thank our sponsors. Big shout out to Howlerhead Whiskey, as always, for being here, powering us through the podcast. And our new sponsor, Forbes?
No, they're not. They're not. I just like that. I just like it.
And our new sponsor, OnlyFans.
Yes.
Go to onlyfans.com/furyfighting. And you'll be able to see. Now, let's make sure we explain this properly, because I've been asked 40 times what's going to be on Fury's OnlyFans, and it's nudes of Diego.
That's all that matters.
For sure.
Inside the massage spa, outside the massage spa.
So,
before and after.
Pre-game, after, post.
This is
pre and post.
Before and after.
After. Super smile, yeah.
Make sure y'all are watching the YouTube if y'all want to see those faces.
So we'll have some special pictures that we'll put up there, as far as like event pictures, portraits, fun things that go up there. We'll have interviews that'll go there as well. Some behind the scenes stuff. A lot of behind the scenes stuff will get posted in our OnlyFans. And starting today, through the end of February, we are going to run our OnlyFans at zero cost.
That's 45 days, guys.
You have 45 days to sign up.
días.
There you go.
And check. Say that one more time.
45 días.
That's for all of our Russian fans. You got 45 days to sign up. No cost. No cost to get in there and see what we're going to provide for you. And even when we do charge, it's a couple bucks, man. A couple bucks a month.
Once y'all see that charge come up, it'd be smart to just book for the whole year. It's probably going to be $50 for the year.
Yeah.
For the whole year.
And we're going to run another special for the first 10 people that sign up for our OnlyFans. I'm going to give you a free pair of tickets to the next show.
Boom. I might just throw in a free shirt.
Once this is getting pricey now. See, this is how things go for us when it comes to me and him talking about budgets. When it comes to purses and budgets, I'm like, hey, we're going to do X. And Eric's like, I agree. I'm going to do, and then he turned around, hey man, I'm going to do X and Y. And then I get a call, hey, I did X and Y, and I added 4 Z's as well on the car.
It keeps you coming back.
And then another call saying, hey, what do you think of this?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
down.
That is literally our constant conversation.
That's why we work so well together.
But yes, go to onlyfans.com/furyfighting. Subscribe today. Big thank you to the guys over at OnlyFans for signing up with us and believing us. This is going to be an awesome year in 2023, and I can't wait to see all the great content that we put out there. Also, big shout out to Space City Collective.
Yes.
2023, I'm looking forward to some dope shoes this year.
Yeah.
Is off the top of your head, is there a pair of shoes you're hoping to open a box up and see?
Yeah, man. I asked my wife for them Travis Scott Low mochas for Christmas.
Dude, that's the ones I wanted to.
Dude, I was looking under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And I never saw a box with my name on it. And I was like, damn. And then it got to Christmas Day. I thought she was going to like run to the room and surprise me, pull them out. I sat there waiting like a little disappointed kid.
At what age did it become okay to not get a Christmas gift?
When I started buying them all.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really wanted those mochas, the mocha low, the ones, the Travis Scott lows, but
That's the one that they brought?
I seen
they brought a
Guzman wearing them at the last show, and my wife was like, I'm not paying $800 for those shoes. I said, babe, I mean,
listen, I would say there's 3.
I'll wear them.
There's 3 pair of shoes I want to get this year. Obviously, those Travis Scotts, but also the blue and white low Travis Scotts. I really like those.
If you have a small foot, you can get those for a decent price.
I don't have a small foot.
My daughter is a size 7.5, and she's dying for them. And I found them for a reasonable price. I think I'm gonna get them for her.
Yeah, I bet if you go to the 12s, they're not reasonable.
Oh no, they're gonna probably be $1,000.
And I want to get those trophy, the Lost and Founds. The Lost and Founds that just came out.
Yeah, those are badass.
So, hey, shout out to Space City Collective. Make sure you wrote down that list, man. So
hey, real quick though, I'm sure if my wife's listening to this, I just made her feel guilty. She's gonna buy those shoes for me. She's gonna get those for me.
If my wife is listening and she heard that same conversation, she would tell me no more shoes.
It might be with my American Express.
It might be with your card.
But yeah. She's gonna get them.
Yeah. Hey, also shout out Private Label. Private Label bags, always providing some awesome bags for
style.
Dude, I love their backpack.
I like the duffel.
A duffel's nice.
You know what? I like the duffel more and more when I see their ads and I see how nice and neat it's packed, and then I'm like, when I pack, it don't look like this shit.
No,
like,
not at all. It's
I
stressed.
stuff a pair of shoes.
It's
I
stressed
stuff a
when I put
hat.
stuff in there.
Yeah, it's like, man, they got like 10 shirts folded in one of the little dividers. I said, man, my shit don't look like that.
Mine never looks
Can you
like
pack
that, man.
Yes.
We're gonna have to get Diego a private label back.
Yeah. Simplify.
What do you think?
Learning to simplify.
Oh, your shit's all starch.
Oh.
No, not starch. It used to be.
Rolled up nice the way it's supposed to be.
You used to use Stay Flow?
I used to.
You ever wear those starch jeans back in the day?
Oh, with that tight crease?
They used to stand up by themselves. Dude, I used to
camouflage pants.
I used to take
my.
my pants off and just put them on the side of my bed, and they'd be standing up.
See,
That's how I knew they were right, baby.
That's a southern thing.
That's how I knew they were right.
East Coast, growing up, it wasn't like that, man.
What'd you do? You wore it wrinkled?
I mean, it was iron, but not like.
Not
standing on
hard.
its own.
Oh, dude, you
I-
cut somebody with
When
my
I moved down
pants.
south, that's when I was like,
You
what
won't
the
get
heck is
kicked
going
by
on?
me.
You know, like I didn't really see that in Louisiana growing up. It was
Really?
a lot of baggy.
Master P was out there, baby.
Yeah, he had the crispy crease, but he also had the baggy jabots.
Oh, yeah.
So it was hard to have baggy
The
jabots.
Chinkos.
With, the Jinkos,
The
good
Chinkos,
lord.
baby, with the 26-inch bottoms.
Good lord! Hey, also shout out to a Kimura Tattoo Company coming through with some of the best ink you can get around. Make sure you give them an awesome follow. And Renfo, man, awesome recovery products. They've been sending some cool stuff out to us.
Hey, if you stole one of our Renfo guns from the fighter locker room, bring it back.
I guarantee Mark has it. I guarantee Mark's
Somebody
got it.
took it.
Mark's got it in his bedroom.
Mark's using it as a vibrator, isn't he? Hey, that's the kind of content we will never put on OnlyFans.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll lose all our followers.
We'll have
Mark.
zero followers. We'll have to pay people. We'll
Have to pay people to bring them back.
Pay people for pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Speaking of pain and suffering, man, there'll be some tomorrow night for some fighters. Man, hey, our main event. So we have 2 cards tomorrow night. It's funny to say that because we do this every time.
Yeah, this time
But-
we branded it that way.
Yeah,
Which makes sense because
It
had
does.
we been branding it that way the whole time, we'd be at like Fury Amateur Series 100.
right. I was thinking about it the other day. It's like it's 41 tomorrow, but in reality,
like
every
100.
every Fury show has had a
Amateur
large number of
series.
amateur series.
Yeah,
Almost every show.
no doubt.
So let's go to our amateur card first. Lee Charles fighting Jake Christensen for the 170-pound title. Mr. No Refunds himself will be in the house.
He was ready.
Yeah, he looked good at
Wait,
weigh-ins
yeah.
today.
Dude, 170 looks like a good weight
Focus.
class
So
for
those
him.
are you listening. This is pre-recorded, but we just left the fighter weigh-ins for this card, and we're about to get into it. But yeah, Lee looked great, man. Coming down from 85 to 70.
Yeah.
Somebody had some bad breath. It wasn't Lee. I'm not bringing that up, but somebody inhaled on the scale,
Yeah.
and Tony was standing right next to me, and then they like blew the shit out. I almost fell down. I didn't want to look over there and say who it is because I was afraid I was going to say the wrong thing. And
Are you saying that we need a lifesaver sponsor, a mint sponsor up
yeah,
front?
anybody, Mentos, Tic Tac,
Maybe a dental clinic.
even
maybe?
even Listerine.
So they'll be fighting for the 170-pound title tomorrow. Xavier Kai taking on Arlton Audrey in what is now a 155 matchup. Xavier not able to make the 145-pound limit and
Right.
called you a couple days ago to change it
Well,
up.
so listen, this is a no-no, fellas. Do not contact your opponent and try and negotiate your weight. Like that is not your job, and they don't want to hear from you, knowing that they're going to be in the cage to fight you pretty soon. Have your coach reach out to me or Rich, or you reach out to me or Rich. Let us know what's going on. But I actually was doing a podcast with somebody, and I saw my phone lighten up. Well, it ended up being Audrey, and he was showing me these messages saying, man, what's up with this dude's telling me that he ain't going to make weight. He wants to fight at 158. I said, man, I haven't heard anything. I said, let me get a hold of your coach. We'll figure it out. And I called Xavier's coach, and he hadn't heard anything. That's
it was
a no-no.
It was just Xavier on his own.
It was Xavier on his own. And he's an amateur. He's still trying to find himself.
Sure.
You know, but, man, just for future reference, we ain't mad at you. We'd like for you to make weight. You need to contact us. If there's ever an issue in the future, you need to contact us.
Yeah, it's hard, you know, amateurs, and like I said, this is the proving grounds for the amateurs. So this is where they're supposed to make those mistakes.
Right.
It sucks that they're making the mistakes, but it just
Make them now.
Yeah,
If you're gonna make them now.
Make them now before you get to pro. That'd be an interesting fight up there.
Well, I'll tell you this: Audrey's not happy,
No,
and he said, "I don't care if he comes in at 170 because I'll be 170 at fight day." So we'll see. This should be interesting.
Audrey is a thick boy.
Dude, Dude, man, I mean, so he's our 55 champ. This is not a title fight.
This was his first time to try to get to 45.
And he made it. Yeah. He made it on his own scale, and then he rehydrated, and him and Bob told me that they just wanted to make sure he could make the weight. He made the weight. So moving forward, he will fight at 145 after this, and we will find him an opponent. So.
Man, there's a lot of really good matchups for him
100%
out there.
You got a guy.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you right
War's
now.
got guys.
War has guys. We have guys. Josh Aliman is fighting for the 45 title against Adam Gates at the end of March. I don't know what the timeline is for Audrey as far as fighting today and then when he wants to fight again. But that's a fight I want for Josh.
Yes, he needs that.
Yeah, as a coach, I know that whoever I send in front of Arlton is going to have a bad night in the office. But it's
relentless.
Yes, but it's a bad night. You either fight through and come out on the other side as a better fighter,
or you quit.
or you
my amateur career
you
is done.
find out right now where your line of quit is, and it's funny to say that, like, as an amateur, Arlton's that guy. I'm looking to see where I can't wait to see him go as a pro, but that's the fight I want. As a coach, I want that tough fight from my guy. So if it lines up, that'd be great, man. But you've got Arlton and Joe Hendershot. You've got Arlton and Kyle Toddrank.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many good
fights, man.
So many good fights. Out there.
You know what was cool for me, and I was very excited to have him back, was and he's off the card now because his guy pulled out this week, but Donovan Manuel.
Yeah.
You know, this was his first fight back from the loss to Audrey for the title at 55. Right. And what you just said about, you know, when you fight a guy like that, you either decide I'm going to learn and come back. He was so anxious to come back. And when I had to call him and tell him that, man, your guy got injured, dude, it's heartbreaking. And I heard it in his voice. He was like, shit, man. You know, because he really wanted this. But we got him booked for February 5th. So he'll end up fighting here in 2 weeks. And I was I was excited to see what he was going to bring to the table. Yeah,
it'll be fun to see him come back. It's like we said, that next fight after your tough fight. One, just wanting to come back and get into a fight again.
Yep,
says a lot.
100%, man.
But also, because it's not like a flash knockout where, like, you get knocked out, you're like, okay, he caught me. Listen, that last fight was a beating. Like Arlton. Now, don't get me wrong. Arlton had to go through some firepower to get there, but then it became a grind out session. It became a grueling, hard fight, and you kind of, do you come back? We've seen guys who never come back from fights like that.
Right.
Who not only never come back, like, mentally, they just don't come back and fight at all.
Did Lester Jr. fought after that?
Yeah, Lester Jr.
And he fucking looked awesome.
Dude, he looked so much better after that experience. Yeah. It's one of those things where I don't know what Arlton's style forecast for the future. I can say that kid has improved every fight. And if I could give a small percentage of, like, his heart and determination to any fighter, man, I would take it in a heartbeat. Like, that kid is absolutely relentless. And it's just it's funny, again, as we sit here to think, like, as a coach, I want my guy to fight him. I know that I have, like, one of the top 45ers, in my opinion, in the nation. I think he's one of the top prospects heading forward.
He's super exciting. I know that.
And I think that I want that fight for him because I want him. There's not going to be. I know he's not going to run through Arlton, so, like, he's going to have to figure out is this for me or not?
Out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. So that'll be great. Up next, also, we got Nathan Urosti taking on Brandon Taylor. BT is back.
BT and Nathan, man, after his first ride with us, he got kicked in the nuts and fucking went out on the stretcher, right? Was that him who went out on the stretcher, or was that a pro that did?
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Oh, Andrew Craig had a guy, though, that went out on. That was the same. That was the same card. There was a bunch of nut kicks. It
was like two fights back to back.
They were talking about that shit in the locker rooms, I bet. Hey, kick him in the nuts. Kick him in the nuts. I just remember one of the guys went out on a stretcher.
I want to say it was Urosti, wasn't it?
They said his ball had swelled up the size
or something.
Of it was like
enough nut talk.
Softball.
Enough nut talk.
We had much last podcast.
Brian James taking on Joe Hendershot, another 145-pounder we talked about, who's right there in the mix.
Listen, Alex Morano is really, really high on Hendershot. and he hasn't disappointed. The kid's good.
Not at all.
Brings the crowd, gets his shit done, medicals, sells tickets, makes weight, and Alex and them have a good little group of guys coming up in the Amis, man. I'm excited as we push the pros out to the next level. This is the future of what we're bringing in.
You know, it's funny. It seems like every few years, as we see the pros start to develop, you start to wonder, like, man, are we going to lose? Do we have that next star?
Right.
Do we have that next amateur star?
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, I am more excited for this crop of amateur fighters than maybe I've ever been.
You know what's cool is that there's a lot of them are so young.
Dude.
Most of them are under 25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you got the 21, 22, 23-year-olds that'll probably turn pro next year, which moves them to 22, 23, 24. If they get on a path like Van did, we'll have guys with stacked records that are under 26 years old in 2024.
And not, you know,
What is
real
that?
good, legit record. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I heard some
padded,
shit.
you know, padded records.
I heard cheek
okay.
clap.
No. You
Oh.
know, like padded records.
Oh, okay. That's how you do it, huh?
That's how you do it like that.
Has that record.
Give me that howler back.
There's not a lot of you know what, it's funny because some coaches will complain about favorable fights. Man, listen, if you go back and look at the records of the guys who fight on our cards, most of the time they're within one fight of each other.
Man, we talk about God.
It's
We
almost
talk about this all the time. Like that you want a favorable fight. We give you a 0-1 guy. Oh man, my guy ain't ready.
dude,
That's my worst guy.
dude. Yes.
This guy is number 101 on the list.
Yeah.
If you can't take that fight, man, I don't know.
It happens more often than I think than people would believe.
It's happening more often than more now than ever.
Yeah.
You know, but it makes me feel good because I've had more and more coaches and media people and everything say, "Hey, we don't think our guy's ready for Fury yet."
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of love that.
It's a good feeling.
I do love that.
Don't get me wrong. It can be a problem for us.
It is a
sometimes.
problem.
It is a problem, but also it's a good feeling. It is a good feeling to know that, like, this is something different. Even our amateur series, coming to an amateur series fight for Fury is honestly, the production's better than 90% of pro shows out there.
Yeah.
So enough ball sweating on our own. Sandy Jerez taking on Ari Cobb.
I love that. I love this fight.
Fun fight.
Fight of the
Bro,
night,
I love
maybe?
it. Ari
Cobb.
Ari didn't get to fight the last time she was booked for us. She was supposed to fight Madison.
Yep.
There was a weight issue. Whatever happened, she didn't fight. But she did go off and fight somewhere in Louisiana. I don't think it went her way. But now that she's back, I hope we can keep her around and keep her busy.
Sandy as well, yeah.
Yeah, so Sandy was set to debut with us on the card that canceled because of COVID. Like, when I say canceled, we didn't cancel. The governor of Texas shut us down. You know, we've never canceled a card. God forbid we ever have to. But Sandy was set to fight on that card. She made weight. She had a crowd. She sold a ton of tickets. And then we had to cancel the card anyway. Since then, we have not been able to bring her back and put her on a card. That's been 2 years. You know, and in between there, she's fought for other organizations and stuff. But, man, I'm super excited to have her back. And I hope that she loves the experience with us. And she's like, I don't want to fight anywhere else but here.
It's funny, that COVID card was one of the first cards where I was like full time coming on
Yes.
that fight, and it was gonna be the first event where me and you were doing all this stuff together.
Yes.
And then it got canceled, and I remember being so bummed out. I'm like, damn, dude. Plus,
That card was. So I did an interview with MMA Junkie a few days ago, and they asked me, where did you see the turning point in Fury FC?
Yeah.
And that's the card that I brought up. I said, even though this card didn't happen, we made it to weigh-ins and we did face-offs, and the fights on both the pro portion and the amateur card, had that broke through, that would have been probably card of the year.
dude, that main event, Adrian Yanez,
Ricky Tercius. And the co-main event, Peter and Leo Mana.
Jeez, man, like.
And then we had Sandy on the undercard and a bunch of other fights. I don't have the card pulled up. I could probably pull it up, but that card itself would have been insane, man.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where it worked out in the long run for everybody,
Right.
including the fighters like Adrian and Ricky.
Adrian got called to contenders right after that. He didn't have
Yes.
to fight again.
Yeah, both of those guys had also like, dude, on that card. You had here it is right here.
You have it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about
we had Kai Kamaka and Colin
Wright. Yeah,
man.
dude, I completely forgot about that one. What about Josh Neely and Cameron Graves?
Yeah.
No, that's not as exciting. John Clay and Sebastian Storm. It's kind of fallen off right here, to be honest with you. Dude, Alonzo Sanchez and Gabriel Macario. That was a good
Alonzo
fight.
Sanchez was a fucking stud.
How about Gino Escamilla and Alden Correa?
Alden, yeah.
Marat, I can't say your name, versus Alvaro. Tony Esquivel was on this card. Zach Lowry. Sandra Jerez.
I just remember the gate for that card pre-sale was amazing.
Hope Holmes. Dania Cruz. How about this? Joshua Van as an amateur, the champ.
Yeah, who was he fighting?
George Cruz.
Okay.
Aspen Flores and Ari Cobb. Justice Torres, who is now main eventing tomorrow.
Who was Justice on there?
Alfredo Benavidez.
Okay.
He was the first scheduled fight of the night. And
How is
now-
that, brother?
And
Man.
here we are. Here we are.
This is March
January.
13th, 2020?
Yeah.
March, I'll never forget that date.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that shit tatted somewhere.
It was 5/22, but March 22nd. You got the date.
I
wrong.
remember that day too.
5/22?
Yeah. Yeah.
We just finished setting up too, video streaming, and you came in.
No, it wasn't in May.
Yeah, 5/22 is what it
No,
says. It was definitely March. Oh no, it was
was
March.
March.
It was March 13th. I don't know why
3/13.
this has this here, but yeah, it was 3/13.
3/13.
I was gonna say it wouldn't have made any sense to be
Wasn't it?
May. Was it? Oh, it was a Bayou, and then it says Humble, Texas. Like they got this all jacked up. Some of these
Come on,
things are completely.
Tapology.
Come on, Tapology, do
We
better.
love y'all guys, but do your job.
Do better, even though it does
Maybe
say
we're back
I
a
am.
couple times.
Why has it got my name there? So I'm listed with this.
Show enough stuff.
Show enough stuff, baby.
Make sure y'all follow Show Enough Stuff.
It's a cool name.
But to go from that, man, dude, that card was so amazing. Bantamweight title.
Dude, I love that.
Caballero.
Just to think about Justice was opening the card. He was the first fighter, now he's the main event.
Yeah,
See how far he's gone, man. In 2 years.
2 years.
2
I mean,
years.
dude, look at Josh Van.
Josh is the champ.
In your honest,
Was that his debut?
It's probably up there, man.
That was going to be his debut.
2/12. Yeah,
That was his debut.
that February.
That was
2020?
supposed to be his debut.
How crazy is that?
You know what, Justin? I never seen such a calm, cool, collective guy.
You know what that is? That's confidence. When he knows he's put in the work. I think when a fighter knows they've put in the work,
Yeah.
they've done everything they've had to do. They sold tickets, made weight, they're medically approved. You're an undefeated fighter. Now all of a sudden you're like, hey, I've done everything that I can. I'm calm. What's the worst that can happen at this point? Yeah, he's ready for the next level, man. I think him and people can say whatever they want to say about Michael Aswell. That kid's ready for the next level at this point. I think he can go into Dana White Contender Series, and win or lose, he's going to give it all that he has.
I'll tell you now. The fight that really showed
Was his
me
last fight.
The air. Well, no. Cameron.
Justice?
Cameron Graves for
Aswell.
his last fight.
Right.
Listen, as the matchmakers, you and I go back and forth about a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
And while Michael Aswell is this, look, he's the best ticket seller to ever come out of Houston. No one has ever sold the amount of money he has.
Maybe Sage Northcutt. I don't even think so.
He didn't sell like that.
I don't even think so. He didn't sell like that
He
for
sold-
me.
no.
He might have sold like that for Mick.
No, he sold okay. He sold not like this. Not like this.
Yeah.
And the guy, he gets a lot of flack for fighting. Look, in the beginning, he fought guys that didn't have great records. So does everybody.
And everybody asked for
fights
that.
guys. But he also took the biggest step up you could go from. He fought the former champ.
And him fighting guys that didn't have the best record was not him asking for it.
No.
That was me
No.
and you.
Being
putting-
smart.
Yeah, trying to build him the right way. At the same time, like, I want the kid to graduate from college. He's right there.
Listen,
You know, he's going to have his business degree. He's a semester away.
Fight 4 or 5 is where you get your tough fight.
Yeah.
You go back
Okay.
and you look at the Justice Torres, you look at all these guys and look at their records, the guys they fought, when they fought them. They were all 0-0, 1-0, 2-1, until you get that 4th or 5th fight is when you kind of take that jump up. Eric Mercado was 6-1 going into the fight
With Torres.
With Torres. Torres was 4-0. Michael Aswell, his fight number 5 or 6 is when he beat Cameron
He was
Grace.
5-0 going into that fight with Cameron.
Like this, that's the time. Unlike boxing, where you'll take 100 fights against
Right.
scrubs.
Yep.
Fight 4 or 5 is where you start to take that bigger step
So
up.
you've got 2 teammates in Houston, which is Aswell and Justice.
Yeah,
And then you've got 2 teammates at Factory X, which is AY and Jason Mullen.
yeah,
We can scramble those fights.
yeah, dude. You
Like-
can run that so many ways.
Mullen is a tough guy. He's a tough fight. He's been active for us now. He wants to continue to fight until he leaves Fury to go into the next level. Justice has his hands full. This is going to be a huge test for Justice as well. Because
For
Mullen's
sure.
coming in there super confident. He told me today that, man, you're going to see the best Jason Mullen you've ever seen. And he
Nice.
told me that he wants Michael Aswell after this fight. So we could do Michael Aswell and Jason Mullen after this, and we could do AY and Justice.
Yeah,
And then we can bring AY to fight Aswell after that.
our featherweight / 55 division is so interchangeable.
Mercado hasn't
and so-
fought Aswell.
Listen,
Mercado hasn't fought Mullen.
I became a believer of Justice Torres after the Eric Mercado fight. The scrambles that he went with him, like Eric is a wizard on the ground,
Yeah.
and
We
Torres
saw that with him versus Mateus.
Oh, dude, and Torres was able to scramble with him out of bad positions, and again, not that like I didn't like him. I just, dude, you know as well as I do. At a certain point when you're watching fighters, I'm like, you're supposed to win this fight. You're supposed to win this fight. You're supposed to win this fight. He wasn't supposed to beat Eric Mercado.
Right.
Not 6-1 Eric Mercado.
Yeah.
And he did in outstanding fashion. So and again, he's got another guy. Dude, Jason Mullen. If Jason Mullen drops down and gets a hold of your leg, you're in problems. You have trouble. And that's not to say he's like a one-dimensional fighter,
No.
but his grappling
They
is
have a very
solid.
similar, like their stand-up is pretty similar,
Yeah.
and their clinch game. I mean, it's going to be interesting. You know, I became a fan of Justice early on, though, and he fought Dakota Hope for our amateur title.
Yes.
And he wasn't training with Metro and them yet. He was with Tom McCusker at
Oh, yeah.
Kingwood MMA. So it's not like he had a huge MMA group of guys to train with. He didn't have the training partners, the quality that he has now. And he fucking still went in there and didn't get finished.
No.
You know, and Dakota's what, a 9-0 pro now
Dakota's, yeah, he's 6-1. 6-1,
as a pro?
yeah, as a pro.
Dakota Hook. Dakota, what you doing, man?
Man,
Where you at?
Man, Dakota should have answered
You want
some phone calls.
Hey, yeah, we've got a 45 division that's stacked.
Look, I
We can throw you right in the heat,
have
baby.
tried for 2 years. For whatever
You hear
reason.
that, Frank?
Hey, for
You hear that,
whatever
Frank?
for whatever reason, it
Well, last time I tried to get Dakota Hope on a card, they said he wasn't interested in going to the UFC, that he wanted to fight overseas because he
Okay.
gets treated better.
cool.
Well, then we ain't the ones then.
No.
Yeah, we're not the
No.
best.
No, I mean, I wish him the best. The kid seems like a great kid.
Yeah.
But like,
It's tough.
listen, we go after talent.
Yep.
Is the kid talented?
Yeah.
For sure.
is.
For
I'd
sure,
love
he
to
is
have him.
super talented. Love to have him. But if his goal is not to go to the UFC, we're not the place, man. There's plenty of other places you can go to the other places where you fight and have a good time, man. Do your
Build
thing.
your record.
No worries. No bad blood, baby. Suggest Jason Mullen and Justin Torres in the main event tomorrow night on our Fury Challenger Series number 2. Once again, for those who don't know, Challenger Series is our development for Fury FC. So this is where the future stars of Fury FC are, guys with under 5 pro wins, and they're looking to punch their ticket to be able to get on a UFC main card, which is funny. We say on our main Fight Pass card, it's on the Facebook page, which has over 1 million followers.
Yeah. So, and they put it on their YouTube as well.
Right.
So, and their YouTube has over 1 million followers. But, you know, it's getting to a point now we're going to do these Challenger Series more often.
Yes.
And if you look at our roster, the records of the guys fighting on the main card are getting bigger and bigger. 15 fights, 20 fights. So we're going to be able to tweak this Challenger Series thing a little and maybe up that. And maybe if you got 5 or 6 or 7, even 7 wins maybe, we're going to have to think about it. But
Yeah.
you might be able to main event a Challenger Series card.
Challenger Series are
I
definitely
mean,
going to
we could do whatever the fuck we want, really, but
Yeah, they're
we're
going
just trying to set something.
Challenger's going to grow more and more. We want something. Honestly, look, number one, we have a big roster.
Yeah.
We have a big roster.
Trying to accommodate that.
We have a big roster because we put on a lot of fights. We put on tons of shows, and again, our job is to create talent and send it to the UFC. So we needed another place, and Fight Pass can only hold so many Fury cards, you know. Like,
Right.
Like we have an X number of cards that we're supposed to do per year. We do those plus every year, and you know we had to have a place to put our content because we have more to do. And man, putting it on Fight Pass's Facebook page is awesome for us. Putting it on their YouTube page is awesome for us.
Yeah,
and great
guys,
exposure for these fighters too.
And listen, just because it's a Challenger Series card and it's not on UFC Fight Pass, I look at it as our UFC Fight Pass card is like a UFC pay-per-view, and our Challenger Series card, it's free. It's like a fight night on ESPN Plus.
Right.
It's a free card. Go out there, watch it, support it, because you're going to see these guys on the main card on a Fight Pass card. This one you can do without the subscription. It's free.
Let's see. Co-main event tomorrow night. We got Break It and Freeman taking on Jordan Pluton. Jordan Pluton, just a savage.
Dude, he is. You know, I know if you look at his record, he doesn't have the greatest record, but he's turning it around now. But if you look at the guys that he fought coming into it, he fought everybody and anybody that we said, hey, here's a 45er, you're a 45er, y'all got the same record, let's do it. He fought Aswell, Carlos Calderon probably.
Dude, Brandon Meneses, Jose Cabral, Aaron Patterson.
Who were his first fights?
Oh, Josh Rosen and Nico Kamisong. Josh Rosen is now like 5-1, 6-1, something like 4-2, like a great fighter. Nico Kamisong, who's just a genetic 8-foot tall freak. He is like he's a massive dude. Aaron Patterson, Kyle Powell, Jose Cabral, like he's fought some studs. Brandon Meneses, like he's definitely fought some studs, man. And he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's won 4 out of his last 5.
Every fight he's had has been for Fury.
Every fight.
Right? What was his debut?
Fury.
What year?
Fury,
19?
Fury 2019.
2019.
Yep.
No amateur fights.
No amateur
And
fights.
he's even put it on his hair.
He went straight pro. Yeah, he represents, man. I'm proud to have that kid on the roster.
10 fights in 3 years.
And he's just been training a lot harder. He's got a good team.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I need to turn this around because I want to be. He says Yoel Romero is who he looks up to. That's his people. He's a Cuban. And Pluton's a Cuban. He said, man, I want to be in there and be a champ like Yoel. So let's do it, man.
This is a solid dude, man. Like
Super
just a
solid.
good guy.
Super
I like being
Barber
around him,
still,
man.
huh?
Great energy. Super exciting kid.
Super exciting.
And he's taking on Break It and Freeman, who had a great amateur career.
And his debut was against a fucking killer.
Yeah, he took
Cody
on one of the
Steele.
top prospects in the world.
He says that's not going to happen to him again. So let's see. Pluton's no easy task.
No.
But you're seeing Freeman go down to 45, though. He fought Cody at 55.
Yeah.
He said he belongs here at 45, so we're going to see.
Did you approach that fight to him and he said yes, or it was more?
Yeah. So his coach is Eric Mercado, and he was really high on Freeman, and he's like, man, this kid is torn through everybody in the amateur ranks. Give us who you got at 55 as long as they got a couple fights or less. And Cody was 1-0, right?
Yep.
Cody was 1-0 going in there. It just made sense. 1-0 Cody Steele versus debut Freeman, and it didn't go Freeman's way, but he showed up and he was confident and he did what he needed to do, and he signed a 4-fight deal with us. And I'll tell you what, I love having all of Mercado's guys.
Yeah.
His amateurs are great. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's got a little brother that I'm hoping to bring on that.
His little brother looks exactly like him.
Dude, he's like a little fucking version of him. He talks the same, laughs the same. I was like, man, that's your son or your brother? It's my brother, dude.
When they were at we were at Duke's last time.
Yes.
They were sitting here at that table. I'm just watching. Like, they're not twins.
That's what I thought.
They look.
What, 7 years?
Yes.
It's like a big gap. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it's a pretty significant gap. They
but
look
it's like a
identical.
mini version of him, like the
Yeah.
height and everything, but they talk the same, act the same. And his brother apparently is pretty good. I want to bring him on, man. If you're listening, Chicho, let's bring the little brother on.
We got
Come on, man.
up next. We got Joseph Garcia taking on the returning Taylor Hickman. Hickman now out in Austin, right? He's at
Yes.
Black Sheep.
He's training with Robert Casper.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to see him back. Always a pleasure to see Taylor Hickman. This will be a fun fight.
Joey Garcia came down with Mullen from Factory X, so he wants to get moving too, man. He's fought for us a few times.
Hey, this next kid, man. I'm excited about Riley Melanson.
Yeah.
He's a guy that we have
Big.
tried. He's big, dude.
Is he
We-
related to the UFC?
Ryan Melanson?
No.
No. I mean, they're all related.
Maybe they
down
have the
road
same blood.
somehow. Same uncle somewhere. Taking on the H-Town OG Carlos Jimenez.
Jimenez.
That's the
Jimenez.
Jimenez or Jimenez? Which one is it?
I thought it was Jimenez.
Listen,
Is
man,
it- is it-
the UFC
Jimenez?
commentary team started this shit with Jose. It's Jose Aldo, not Jose.
Jose.
Who the fuck started that?
Well, Jose's Brazilian, so it would be Jose.
No.
Jose.
Jose
He's not-
Aldo.
He's not
Jose Aldo.
Hispanic, is he? It's Jose.
Jose Aldo.
Well, it's like it's George Patino, but it's Jorge. Jorge, yeah.
Whatever. Listen,
Pino.
I don't care.
Listen, hey, it's gonna be a fun fight. Raleigh Melanson taking on Carlos Jimenez.
Carlos is gonna bring it and try and throw hands.
Yeah,
Is Riley gonna do it, or is he gonna shoot?
I think Ryland takes him down.
Because remember,
Now-
he took Christian down.
Not that Carlos is easy to take down. Like Carlos has been around for a while, and dude, look, you're coming from Daniel Pineda's camp. You know how
He
to
takes
wrestle.
you down.
You know how to wrestle.
Yeah,
and
Daniels
you know how to
takes you
get
down.
your ass back up. So it'll be a fun fight. Both of these guys are great. Bruce Whitehead making his debut against
Dude,
the
I'm
debuting
excited
Trayvon
about that.
Coker. That's gonna be a fight.
I love
dude.
that.
Yeah.
You know, this is the perfect matchup. Both dudes are pro debut. Both coming out of the amateur series from us. We haven't seen Bruce in forever though. When's the
Been a
last
hot
time Bruce
minute.
fought?
Oh, dude, it's been.
Trayvon's coming off
man.
a loss to Galvan, I think, was his
Right.
last fight, which was only a few months ago. And he had told me when he came back, I just want to come back. Trayvon, this is me talking to Trayvon. I want to come back for one amateur fight, and then I want to turn pro and sign with you guys.
Bruce Whitehead has not fought since 2016.
Who was his last fight?
Hunter Scott Gregg.
Hunter Scott Gregg. Okay.
Hey, and
Hunter's
he
on
did-
Hunter's on our Submission Hunter Pro card next week.
I forgot he beat one of my guys. I forgot about that.
Who else?
He beat David Olvera.
Okay.
Yeah, back in 2016.
At 70?
You lazy
Alvera?
bastard days. No, I think they were at 55. Yeah, they were at 55.
Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, that's an interesting matchup, man. Both guys, they're opening the card, first fight of the night on the pro card.
No, there's one other fight outside of there.
Oh,
we
it's
got the banger of bangers throwing down.
My
The
boy.
the head banger,
My boy.
Solomon Amadeo,
What,
taking on Paul Garza.
What's the Street Fighter guy?
Guile?
No, man.
Wow.
Oh,
Saget?
Saget, yeah.
So you got Saget and you had wasn't there like a
Sagat.
Vega? And Vega. So that's when I think of those guys. I think of Vega and Saget on Street Fighter when I see Solomon. I love him, man. Like, he don't give a fuck if he's gonna go in there. He calls everybody a pussy who takes him down and tries to submit him.
So,
Oh, that's all they got is a submission.
so what's the over under? How long before he's calling Paul a pussy?
30 seconds. 30 seconds. No, I mean, listen, he says, bro, I looked up my opponent for this one. He's a Muay Thai guy. I think he's going to stand. Finally, he's going to stand and bang. What do you think?
Listen,
Listen, everybody's going to stand and bang until they get punched in the face.
listen. This is my 100% belief on this. As a coach, if you have a guy who is deficient in a certain area,
You're gonna
you
take
you
advantage.
exploit that area.
Yeah, but listen, man, I want to see some excitement. I don't want to just submission. I don't want
You're
a
not
armbar.
you're not wrong. We all want to see that. Listen, as
I want to see.
matchmakers,
I want to see Diego Sanchez versus Gilbert Melendez.
look, do you and I want to see a fast submission, or we want to see him bang it out? I want to see him bang it out, of
Yeah,
course.
we want the viewership.
I want to see blood flying
on,
everywhere.
man. Put on a show.
I want to see ring girls and people covering their eyes. Oh,
Act
no.
like you're fighting for a $50K bonus, even though you ain't getting one.
Nah,
$50
$50 bonus.
I'll give you a bottle of Hallerhead.
There will be a $50 bonus for Paul Garza if he stands all 3 rounds.
If Paul
from Eric
Garza,
Garcia.
listen, well, he's not gonna hear this.
We can
You release it tomorrow?
release it tonight.
Oh,
Well,
We can stream it. We can premiere it
on the OF.
If Paul Garza stands up for 3 rounds with Solomon Amadeo, I'll give him $500.
Ooh, the challenge is out there. Now, hey,
$500.
listen, the first shot you take, it's gone.
Yeah, your shit's gone.
It's gone.
The minute Solomon starts throwing heat, you see him fucking on the green screen throwing heat, baby, on the that dude is he's ready, bro. Or as long as your head don't move, it's gonna be a
Oh, man. Hey, listen, shout out. Hey, Solomon has stepped up to fight
Everybody we ask him.
All he asks, hey, is he gonna bang with me?
That's it.
I hope
bang.
so. I hope he does bang. I want to see
Ricky
that.
Martin, she bangs.
She bangs, we bang, he bangs, we're all banging.
OnlyFans, baby.
Hey,
we bang.
Hey, OnlyFans at Fury Fighting, it's free right now.
And we
free.
Bang. And we bang.
Free. So are we going to Papacitos from here?
Or Papa's Barbecue.
Papa's Barbecue?
One or the other.
I feel like they got better drinks at Papacitos.
I know, man, but I'm not trying to get drunk. I got to stand between two guys. My job at weigh-ins is to make sure the dudes don't get too close and start fighting. You know, if I'm drunk and they gonna knock me over, what am I gonna do?
You know what I would do with that? I would just start taking pictures as you fall.
Or if I step back and start watching, come on, man, come on. God.
Hey, have you had? How close have you haven't had any fights on the stage? You've had people pushing and stuff. Like,
You know what was the worst one? Was Karan Reed and Diarra Culpepper.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Like if there's still a picture of me somewhere, like really between those guys, shoving them, trying to keep them back. That's the night that there was chaos in the crowd after Karan won that fight,
right.
because his team had ran into another team that they didn't have. Whatever. I mean, you know what I mean. But anyway,
Hey, listen, things happen.
I think that one has been the worst. I don't think there's been another one. Mo Miller always seems to want to get in the dude's face, but it's just for the show. With Mo, I mean, with Diarra and
They did not like
Karan,
each other.
that was serious. Speaking of Diarra, he's back.
Yeah.
He's coming back and he's fighting for us in Dallas on February 17th. He signed a 4-fight deal, sent his pictures in, and he's fighting our amateur series flyweight champ Alex Rago.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I
super
like
fun.
I like Diarra. He's improved a lot. I mean, the last time I watched him fight was the Karan fight.
Yeah.
So he has improved a lot since then. Man, we talked about some cards we have upcoming. We got 129 San Antonio. Actually, before that, we have 122 Sub Hunter.
Yeah, that's next week.
We
Flow
have
grappling.
129 San Antonio,
About Hunting the Sub podcast.
headlined by Eric Shelton and Gianni Vasquez.
Talk about Vasquez, man. That dude.
Savage.
Yeah. Go ahead and pop off your picks for Contender Series this year. Just
For
do
a
10.
Contender Series?
10.
10?
10.
All right, Contender Series. I'm going to go with, I'm going to lead it.
There's going to, in my opinion, there's more than 10, but if we could only pick 10.
Listen, my first one comes with a caveat. Josh Van, if he doesn't get picked up early.
Okay.
Like, he could very well go in. I hope he goes to San Antonio. Josh Van will be my number one pick. My number two pick is going to be Cody Steele,
Okay.
Jacoby Smith,
Okay.
Nick Piccinini.
Boom.
I think Albert Trujillo.
Okay.
I think Trujillo goes. He's only 7-2. That kid is good, dude. He's very good.
Yeah.
I think you're not gonna like it, some of y'all. Piss off. Michael Aswell
Yeah.
will go. I think Justice Torres will go. I hope I'm wrong when I say this because I don't think he waits that long. Jesse Butler.
Okay.
Like I don't want to see him wait that long.
Me either.
And then I think, man, two after that. God, there's so many, man. Austin Green.
Yeah.
Austin Green, the heavyweight at 5-0.
Right.
205. Really, we're not a big division for 205. Evan Cutts, I would like to see him get a shot. So if he wins the title, I think he gets a shot.
Right.
What about you? Who you got?
So, not mentioning guys that I think, if I don't mention these guys, it's not because I don't think they deserve to be on Contender.
Listen, there's guys we're not mentioning
Right.
based off of what we know of some other things as well.
I think that these guys deserve to go outside of Contender and
Right.
be there before, and those guys would be like a Diego Lopez, Jesse Butler,
Yeah.
Nate Richardson, possibly.
Dude, yeah.
I think Hussein deserves a shot just because he holds our belt. I don't know
Right.
what the holdup with him has been, but those are the type of guys that outside of even Evan Cutts, like I don't think he should have to go to Contender because his record's so big. But if you're talking about Contender Series and young prospects, obviously Joshua Van would probably be first.
Yeah.
I think if Isaac Moreno wins on 2-5,
You know what? It was so hard to leave. I'm gonna let you keep going, but yeah, he's the guy I left off.
I think if Parrish Moran wins on 2-5 and gets back in the mix, I think Gianni Vasquez, if he beats Shelton.
It's a big.
Not to say if Shelton beats him, I don't think Shelton deserves to go to contender. I think if they need him on short call, but I think he needs more than one win coming off that loss versus Peter. I'd like to see Peter go if he beats Cam Smotherman. If not, Smotherman should.
That's the other guy I had pulled up right
Yeah,
there.
Smotherman should be there. I think 2 more wins for Cody Steele. If I could get him 4-0,
Yeah.
he should go. Miles Banks is making his debut. If we could get him 3 or 4 wins before May,
So hard, but
I
yeah,
think
probably.
Banks. I like Austin Green at heavyweight. I'm trying to think if Zachary Reese, if Zach can pick up 2 or 3 wins and be 4-0 or 5-0, I think he's a fucking problem at 85. You know, he's fighting Aaron Phillips coming up. I think if Aaron beats him and somebody else, he could
I
get
feel
a
like
short
some
call
of these
back.
guys, like I don't mention Moreno.
Trujillo.
I see Moreno getting called up. I don't know why. I see a guy like Moreno. Sam Kilmer is only 4-2.
Obviously, Jacoby and Nick.
I think those guys are going to get fast tracked. Like,
It's just because they're young, man. But the problem is, we don't have a lot of guys that want to step up. So how are we supposed to help these guys build their record if you've got guys with 10 fights not wanting to fight them?
listen, I don't think this isn't a massive secret. Maybe nobody wants to fight Nick Piccinini, and I can tell you right now, I know nobody wants to fight because the last 3 days, Eric and I have messaged each other back and forth about the literal hundreds of fighters that we have reached out to. Hey, I
Big
have a
fucking
date.
shout out
Will you
to
fight?
Freddie Lopez who came in
Dude.
and welcomed Nick. Both of them made
Rodriguez,
their Fury
right?
debuts. Freddie Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both came and knocked out this, made their debuts. And he dropped Nick.
Yeah.
He dropped Nick. Yeah, Freddie Rodriguez. But I'm hoping to bring him back. He was exciting.
Dude, he was super exciting. 4-1, getting him into the mix. It's so weird to me after watching
Kale Moniz, I think.
Dude,
is a
Kale.
big-
After watching the beating that Jacoby Smith gave Tommy Britton,
Right.
that was a violent fight. Like, that was a super violent. Could have
Dude,
been stopped at any time.
That was like step on the gas and never let up.
How weird is it that he is easier to match up than Nick Piccinini?
I don't know.
We've literally, we have his next 2 fights pretty much lined up. Like, just barring injury, we have his next 2 fights lined up.
That should do it for him.
Yeah,
Be 5-0.
I think so. So we said 129, Shelton and Yanez, and then we move on to 2-5.
Vasquez, Shelton and Vasquez.
My bad, Yanez.
But we have John Yanez on that card with
We do.
Thiago Macedo.
Dude, Sean Yanez. If he's not one of your favorite fighters, listen.
Fight of the year.
If your favorite fighter isn't Cameron Smotherman, you're probably wrong. Like, just let that know. Like, you're probably wrong. That kid, the way he fights, the way he walks in there, it's must watch. It's must watch.
So is Van.
Cody Steele's becoming that. I think Van is just like everyone's favorite fighter now. Like, whether or not you have no choice. That kid he's never in a bad fight. Those 3 guys, I will stop anything to watch Steele, Smotherman, and Van fight. Those dudes
And
can
Moreno.
bang it out, man.
And Isaac Moreno.
He makes it seem too easy sometimes.
And Kale Moniz.
God, our roster is freaking crazy, dude. It's
And
how-
Jacoby Smith.
and Jacoby Smith.
And Nick Piccinini.
And just don't Albert Urios
And
banging
Zachary.
on people. And that doesn't even mention, listen, does anybody want to fight Jacob Silva? I don't think so. Still no. Still
Even,
no.
Oh, and even like Hector Sainz is undefeated.
Dude.
That's a contender series guy. Borrego's he lost to Bo Nickel.
Listen,
Dude, there's no shame in that.
if you're a fighter on our roster
Get a win
and you're
and get
upset
back
that we
in
didn't
there,
mention your
Borrego, we
name,
got you.
that's brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey.
Yes, sir.
We have, I don't know how many hundreds of fighters on the roster now at this point. So 2-5, we come back to Houston. Peter Caballero taking on Cameron Smotherman.
Babyface.
Stepping up for that title fight. And then from 2-5, we go to 217,
Yeah.
and we've got 2 title fights going on out there. We got Basil Hafez taking on Evan Cutts, and we got Michael Murphy
Yes, that's another one.
taking on Al Sawadi.
That's another one. Listen, man, don't be mad if I left you off the list. We have so many. I could probably, if I wrote it down, I could probably name 40.
Like, I'm already soon. Oh man, damn,
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, our phone will be full. I mean, listen,
Forgot about Sawadi.
dude, Sawadi's 13-3. He's 13-3 and he's 27. He's on the right side of 30. Like, but I think to be fair, a guy like Sawadi, he's gonna get called up. I don't think he's gonna go to contenders.
Yeah, okay, if you look at contender series, I'm trying to. Was there any guys with records that big last season?
Not that I recall. Not that I recall.
Speaking of contenders, we've got Jose Johnson about to make his debut after he just won.
Yeah.
Nazim is making his debut in the UFC after he just won.
Austin Lane should be pretty soon too, I'm assuming.
CJ Vergara's fighting in San Antonio.
Ooh, gotta get them United Miles, baby.
I know. We gotta fly somewhere next week.
You gotta get that. Yeah, where do you want to go? Seattle?
No.
You see, we need.
I want to go to Vegas.
Hey, listen.
Vegas is my home away from home.
If you have,
Can I be part of that?
Have you ever been to Vegas?
just take
Well,
off.
there's that one time.
Oh shit!
Take off,
UFC.
Diego. You gotta
Listen,
take off. Stop
If we go to
protecting the massage
Vegas, if we
parlor.
go to Vegas next week, I'll get you a plane ticket. You're coming with us.
Next week.
We just gotta pick the date.
Look. He's
We
already.
just gotta pick the date.
Yeah.
Maybe Tuesday.
Okay.
Maybe Tuesday.
I'm just saying my birthday's Thursday.
There you go. Fuck it.
Let's go Tuesday.
Yeah, the
I'm
only
off
thing
Wednesday,
is
Thursday.
you can convince me and Rich to go to the massage places.
Yes.
And you can't convince us
Yes.
with those girls and the guys on the street that flick the little cards. We're not. You can have as many as you want. We will take
Listen.
0.
And listen. I don't care what you say. A ladyboy's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun for us.
So you
I
go
know.
have your-
Listen, you've got your.
You go have your
kinks.
adventures. Just let us approve the pictures before we put them on OnlyFans.
We understand you got kinks. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, you're killing me. You're killing me,
I see
Small.
I see that dog collar over there in your backpack. Is that for who is that for?
Diego, does your family
leash?
listen to this podcast?
What are those feathers?
Does your family listen to this podcast?
No.
Ooh, keep it that
God,
way, man.
Please.
Keep it that way. Every now and then I say something, my wife's like, "So what did that mean?" I'm like,
Yeah, listen, Mrs. Reyes. We're only having fun with Diego.
Yeah, he doesn't have any
He's a
money.
great, he's a
right
great
now.
guy. You see me winking?
Yeah, wink, wink,
No, he's a really good.
wink. Man, I'm excited about our OnlyFans deal for this year to create some new content. I'm working on
Subscribe, guys.
I'm working on getting some one-on-one interviews with guys set up, just quick video interviews that we can post and set up there. Not the same quality of Diego, what you're doing with your cameras. Like I've basically got my iPhone and a microphone.
I mean, I can help. I want to be part of this.
Trying to Diego, I don't know if you know, man, you have been an absolute like blessing.
Man.
And dude, your hard work, man.
He's not
you
for
work your
hire,
ass
guys.
off. Not for hire.
He's not for hire. Get the fuck
Not
out
for
of here.
hire. Hey, side note, if you are a fighter and you know of a promotion somewhere in the United States that's got good fighters and like a good fan base and they want to expand, hit us up. We got some interesting things we're looking at doing. We want to expand the Fury brand. We're already nationwide. But if there's a hole if there's a place that we don't know about in like Iowa where there's like all these great fighters, tell us. We'll come out there and check them out. If you got a promotion that's putting on great fights, let us know. We'll come out to your promotion and watch some fights. We want to get the best fighters from wherever and bring them up to the UFC.
Yeah, and there's no shame in that, guys. Don't have an ego and feel like, man, we're not gonna be a feeder league to a feeder league. That's dumb shit. Like, we're here for the fighter at the end of the day. We're trying to push these guys to the next level and change their lives and do what we got to do. You know, if you have an ego and you think that we're coming in trying to steal your territory or do something, it's nothing like that.
No,
That's not what we're here for.
not at all, man. Not at all.
Puerto Rico, let's do it.
Hey, listen, Fury 100's coming up. I'm just saying, Hawaii.
Hawaii would be dope. Hawaii would be.
Puerto Rico, you don't need a
Somebody
passport.
out there. You don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico?
That's
You
a
don't
U.S. It's a U.S. Territory.
I'm dumb as shit. I'm staring at you guys like I was, and y'all staring at me like that's some shit I should have known off the top
I
of
don't
my
even
head.
know where
Like,
I think I learned that in high school.
I think if I gave y'all a pen and paper and told y'all to write out all the states, y'all each get like 43.
Nah, I got them all. Yeah, I'll sing the song. I'll sing the song from elementary, baby. 50 nifty United States from 13 original colonies.
Hey, so check this
get
out.
into a rap.
I had one of the dumbest conversations. I dropped out of school early. You know, like I left school early. I went and got my good enough diploma. I got my good enough diploma before everybody else
that.
graduated. So some things I didn't experience. I didn't go to prom. I don't know what all that crap is. So my daughter yesterday, I guess, tried out for UIL and then got accepted to UIL. And it was more of a big deal than I guess I realized. Because this morning I told my wife, I was like, hey, you know, Grayson got accepted to do UIL for some competition stuff. I was like, what the hell is UIL? She's like, you know what UIL? She goes, it's where you go. And I'm like, she goes, listen, the kids who had good families got to experience UIL. She's like, not you orphans. Over here. I'm like, I didn't know what it was. Did you know what UIL was?
Nope.
Did they have that when you were in school?
No,
What is
not
it?
at all.
What does it stand for?
So I guess they like go compete. I have no idea.
Yeah,
what it stands for. I guess
it's a big deal.
Yeah, they
What does
like.
it stand for?
It's a shoot.
Look it up.
I'm on my own. I'm on our OnlyFans right now. What is it?
UIL.
I know it's
Well, how does that feel, though?
Interscholastic League.
You didn't
I think
graduate
it's-
from high school. You quit early.
Yeah.
Now you're still doing what you love.
Oh yeah.
You get to go to the UFCs and hang out in Dana Suite.
Dude, it's
Like-
it's a weird feeling. I tell you what, and this is
You made the best of your situation
Yes.
and maximized
Oh.
it, and you're fucking happy.
yeah, for sure, man. Like
Happier than somebody who would have graduated,
Not to
went
get-
to college, and had a 9 to 5.
not to get like super deep, but like I grew up in an orphanage for like a large chunk of my life. So
Not everybody knows that. I know that.
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So like I didn't
Yeah.
have like the whatever, like the foundation for
Right.
for all this whatever junk. So, but dude, it's a great feeling, and I think I told you, I forget which one it was, because the last 2 years have been this weird blur.
Yeah.
Like this crazy
Fast.
fast-paced blur. You know what? Like with Legacy, it was years before we blew up, and then even toward the end, like it didn't feel like we had blown up. Like I was going to TV shows in Atlanta, and it was Mick. Like Mick's, he was the focus, and I'm just the asshole next to Mick, making faces, trying not to get too drunk in the morning with him. You know?
Yeah.
But it was awesome to watch that. My role wasn't quite the same there.
Right.
And here,
But everything that you learned
Dude.
and saw brought you into a position here where you could utilize everything you saw. And real quick,
Oh.
shout out to Mick, because I
Yeah.
feel like he endured that long stretch
Yeah.
to be where we are right now. But because he did so, it showed us how to do it, and it made it a lot faster.
you know, not
It's like he's like the book.
not to say that
recipe
like
book.
not to say that you wouldn't be here. I know for sure like I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have and have the experience that I have if it wasn't for, God, I hate to say this, Mick Maynard. You know, like if it wasn't for Mick and watching him, and shout out to Andrea, man. I learned so much from that hobgoblin to be from that wretched soul of a person. I learned so much from her about like the finances and the backside of the company, and then from Mick about like the presentation and the production and what we do and how to make good fights.
Right.
And to think that we spent all this time, so like sitting here, I forget where you and I were. I think we were at we were just hanging out with DJ Al. Like it was Lewis and Ngannou. Not Lewis and Gon and Ngannou.
Where's that at?
And I
Vegas?
think it was Vegas or Phoenix, one of the two.
Probably Phoenix.
And we were up at the top of the stadium, sitting with the UFC's DJ,
yeah.
like watching the main event. Like the main event was going on,
We
but
were
we were
just
hanging out
talking
with the
to
DJ,
him,
man, just doing our thing. And it like all came crashing how fast this has happened for us. And man, like, yeah, it's a blessing for sure. Like this
Shout out to DJ Al.
this sport has been like
Big fan.
my entire life. And like I was like, you're an undefeated pro fighter. Like that, I was not that great. I was fighting in stupid bullshit. You know, like we were doing dumb tough man fights, and if I can go to a bar and here's
You're
$50.
learning.
Yeah. And did I think now that 20 something years later, I'm going into my 4th year as a black belt? You know, like I've got 2 amazing schools. I've got for whatever reason, this lady who puts up with me every day on a daily basis and still like
I got one of those.
listens to my bullshit, loves me for whatever
got
reason.
I got
Yeah,
one of
man,
those
listen,
too.
if you're a fighter or just a person sitting out there, you are not defined by your situation.
No.
No, not at
If
all.
anything, you can take that situation and use it to completely create who you want to be.
Yeah.
You know, I hire people all the time with like college diplomas, and I've never even taken an hour. And here I am sitting there now, and like as you and I contemplated, I'm going into 2023, giving up some income to be able to pursue what you and I are doing, because it's become so, dude, we are constantly on the phone. I spend more, like, my wife calls Eric my boyfriend every day because I spend more time like texting him or calling him, and it's quick bullshit, but it's all about like what we have going on and forecasting the next thing.
And you know what's cool about it is though, like we work so much, so when we get to have like those dinners and shit, like
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah, I cherish shit like that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Go have drinks and get drunk. And
So hey, so again, man, thank you to Mick. You're an idiot, but man, like
he opened some doors.
dude,
man.
he opened some doors for
Dude opened
still.
some doors.
Even as a fan going to arena theater, he was very
Yeah.
approachable.
Yeah.
You know what I
All
mean?
the time.
I was buying those $70, $80
Yeah,
tickets.
man.
All the time.
And he was saying, hey, what's up? You know? So
You know, it's funny. We went to his son's basketball game the other day,
Yeah, it was cool.
and do you remember the guy at the end? Wanted
Yes,
a picture
dude, that
with
was
him.
fucking awesome.
Dude, it's just,
was so awesome.
So we're all just standing there in the crowd, and this guy's wife comes over. He's like, "My husband's a bitch, but he won't come over here. He wants to take a picture with you. He's a massive fan."
He's a UFC fan.
And Mick, like, immediately,
yeah,
it's like he's just fucking Mick. He's like, "Yeah, of course," and he walks over there, talks
that
to
was
the guy
so
for
cool
a
to
second.
see though. That a true MMA fan, UFC fan, recognized Mick,
Yeah.
probably from being on stage,
Yeah.
in between some of the fighters at UFC
the
weigh-ins and
weigh-ins,
stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
to see Mick go to that position,
It's
like,
cool, man.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
It's really cool to see
so
like
awesome.
to see where he's at now,
Yeah,
because again,
that's
there's
a plus. Fighters, Houston, Texas fighters, 100%. Like you have no clue what y'all have,
Dude.
Like
you've got one of the
No clue what
matchmakers
you have.
who constantly comes to our shows.
lives in your backyard.
Lives in your
man.
he sat Kate side the last fight, just
Like-
bullshitting with you and I.
down to earth, dude.
You know, like and they don't realize like what's in front of them, the opportunity that's in front of them sometimes. And you know, whatever, man. Maynard's a terrible family.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Hey, so now that we got all serious and weird for a minute, check out our OnlyFans for some dick pic. No, check out our. Listen, hey, OnlyFans, if you guys know, that's not what the platform was created for. It wasn't created to be this place where porn was held.
No, the girls just took advantage of
Yeah.
that. And hey, hey, if that's
By
what
the
you
way,
do, that's
by
what
the
you
way,
do.
it's hard to find that stuff on OnlyFans.
Diego, are you sure your wife doesn't listen to this? What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, man? What are you doing, Diego? It's like I keep searching and I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm searching
That's how
for.
innocent I am, though. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I'm searching for Asian butthole.
Why does his say Asian buttholes with peg legs? What is this over here, Diego? What are we doing, man? Where did we leave off? We left off on one of our shows. 217 Dallas, 2 title fights. And then we go 317 Visalia, California.
Bam. Dude,
day
even
is
March.
that?
Even March is going to be a busy month.
March is a busy month as well,
317.
man.
Yeah, March is a busy month because
So it's a March
we're
weekend.
doing a first in Fury history with 2 events one weekend.
Yeah, we will have Friday night. We will be in San Antonio at the Techport Arena. Guys, this is a beautiful venue.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning venue. We'll be at the Techport. We'll have the show Saturday night. We'll have to show our faces, you know, shake some babies and kiss hands over at the UFC in San Antonio that night. And then Sunday, back at it again with Fury Challenger Series 3.
Yeah.
Gosh. Dude,
Yeah.
March is going to be so busy, man.
So, but people don't really grasp what that week would be like for us. So just in a nutshell, we will be in San Antonio on Wednesday. We have Thursday morning weigh-ins.
Go back. You will be in San Antonio
shit.
earlier in the week to collect tickets.
I'll just be there Tuesday, collect tickets
Right.
because
Might as well just spend the night at that point.
yeah, and then we have Thursday weigh-ins, event on Friday.
Yeah.
Right after the event, we have to haul ass back to Houston because we have 9 a.m. weigh-ins for the Sunday show.
Yep.
We have 9 a.m. Saturday weigh-ins. Then we're going to go back to go to the UFC event. And then we're going to come back Sunday and
Have the event.
have the event. And hopefully we'll be celebrating some sold-out events and a great weekend with UFC execs that are in the house.
Man, I'm so looking forward to
Fun.
2023. It's going to be a massive year for not just Fury as a brand, but I think for each of us, like on a personal level and growth and seeing the company go. Man, I'm so excited. We're going to take Diego to Vegas and see if he
going to
gets
Vegas,
the
Diego?
wrong type of person on the strip.
Yeah.
And,
No man boy. No man boy.
Hey, we got.
He don't want a man boy, he wants a boy boy.
We got to take
No.
boy.
Boy George.
I need Adam's apple, please.
Boy George.
We're gonna take him to what's that noodle place we go to?
Oh man, they're not sponsoring.
No, but hey, listen, that shit's
Hey, listen,
delicious.
it's a Vietnamese spot.
Hey, and there's a barbecue
Listen,
spot
it's
out
a
there.
Vietnamese spot for food, not massages.
Hey,
No,
we
of
took
course.
we
Okay.
took Al DJ Al to this
the
barbecue spot.
It's not
Fucking-
but it's not Texas barbecue.
it's not Tex barbecue. It's fucking delicious. though.
Korean
It is
barbecue?
Hey, shout out! Hey, DJ Al sent me a Dropbox the other day. He sent
too.
you one? Yeah.
Yeah. He told me if you want to rock with this for the in between the fights and
Wow,
intermissions.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I sent it to Jose already.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if
That's
you
great.
got a DJ in house, but dude, this is some.
Hey,
and
this
man, for him to take time out of
Yes.
his day
Yeah.
to say,
that to
let
us?
me send
Yeah.
this to Eric and Rich.
Yeah.
Dude, my boy's thinking about us.
Yeah, he's
I
such
think about him all the time,
He's
though, man.
such a good dude, man. Diego, a lot like you, in that he's a good hang,
He's a
man.
G.
It's a good dude to hang out with. A guy who's been around, seen a lot of things, touched a lot of dudes.
Dude,
And so hey, if you guys are, hey, DJ Al, you getting that Garcia, hitting that
OnlyFans video.
DJ Al MF3 on Spotify. Man, follow him, download, subscribe. That is the official UFC DJ.
yeah.
14 years
Dude,
now?
and I went to the UFC Christmas party, and he was on stage, obviously DJing. He was the MC, and he saw me, and right away, dude, he started waving me to come up on stage.
Yeah.
And eventually I made my way up there after a few holler heads and stuff. But then he gave me a shout out. He said, "Fury FC president's in the house." He
Love
did that
it.
at the UFC Christmas party.
Love it. That dude's so
No,
awesome.
everybody
man.
was too drunk to even hear him, but at least he did it.
Shout out
to DJ,
man.
AL3.
That's the man right there.
That is the man.
Diego, you got anything else for today?
I'm just excited about 2023. We're gonna be
good, man.
savages.
Hey, if you could choose one city for us to go to this year, what would it be?
Puerto Rico.
One city.
One city?
God damn, Diego.
God damn. Medellin.
Miami.
Miami.
Okay, going out to Masvidal's territory. I don't know.
I don't know.
Garcia,
yeah,
you got something that stands out to you? If not something that we already know, like what's a city if we could get
So
into?
like not Seattle or Tulsa, these places that we're already talking about.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Okay.
Damn, you stole mine.
Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nashville or Vegas?
I'll say
about-
Memphis.
What about Atlanta?
We haven't done Las Vegas Fury FC, and it would be fucking big.
You did a sub hunter there, right?
We did. I did
Yes.
4 of them.
They were all good, right?
They were all great. I know Tough Enough's down there, and I know Tough Enough's on UFC Fight Pass. So I don't know. They're the only promotion there, I think.
I think
And I wouldn't want to step on nobody's toes.
I think in
you know?
2023 we can be the first non-UFC brand to host a show at the Apex.
It's a possibility.
Ooh.
It is a
I
possibility.
think if we wanted to go to Vegas and with the right card and the right thing set up, I think we could do it.
Yeah, now you're gonna have me reaching out on Monday.
I know.
That's a great idea.
Now we're gonna have to fly.
That's a
out.
great idea.
Now we're gonna have to go up to Sierra Gold once again.
I guess we're going to Vegas next week.
Hey guys, one more time, make sure you go to our OnlyFans page, onlyfans.com/furyfighting. Subscribe, it's free right now. And the first 10 that sign up, we're going to give you a free pair of tickets to the next show in your city. Check out our sponsors at Howlerhead Whiskey, Space City Collective, Kimura Tattoo Company, Rinfo Recovery, Private Label Bags. Who am I missing?
You got
Sheath Underwear.
Sheath Underwear, OnlyFans,
I think that's it, man. I think that's everybody. There's so many now.
Space City Collective.
OnlyFans.
Space City Collective.
And
Howlerhead
hey guys,
Whiskey.
make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make
We
sure you
might
follow
have
us
some
on
tequila
Twitter.
pretty soon.
And we're gonna have some more drinks coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So hey, we don't have Wayne today. So Diego, can you take us out?
Oh, no.
All right, here we go. The time for talk is over. Your mom's. Oh, what? Sorry, is that not?
This has been Fury Unleashed.
Shout out to my boy Wayne. We'll see you soon, brother.
Miss you, Wayne. Later, brother. We out.